Welcome back to the best shaped state of Michigan. My name is Costa. I'm here in Macomb Township, Michigan in Zone 6B. And today this is just a quick reminder that if you have not got your first application of fungicide down on your lawn, that now's the time to do it. You still have a window of opportunity, especially if you're not seeing any fungus yet. So real quick, if you're not seeing any fungus yet and you get down your first application, I'm pretty sure most of these bags, so like for instance, the one I'm using right now is Bayer BioAdvanced fungus control for lawns. And then the other one is Scott's Disease X. So first thing to know is that you want to rotate them. You can rotate them every application or every other application. You can do like back-to-backs of one and then back-to-backs of another, or you can do one Bayer, then one Scott's. But you want to use two different group fungicides. So I believe, I can't remember off the top of my head, there's like a 1, a 3, and 11. I can't remember what's what, because I've also used Jonathan Green, and they're the same as one of them. And then there's a Bonide that is a different number as well. But I usually just stick to the two. I usually just stick to Bayer BioAdvance and Scott's Disease X. So back to what I was saying, if you're not seeing any kind of disease in your lawn, if you're not seeing disease pressure, more than likely, but always read your label, especially depending on what product you have. But I know for me, so if you're seeing this and you have Bayer BioAdvance, if you're not seeing disease pressure and you put it down, you can apply it once a month at whatever rate you choose to. I think there's two different rates where you either set it on like 4 or 6 or something like that. But if you are seeing disease pressure, you need to apply it every 2 weeks. I believe you apply it every 2 weeks until you see it kind of curing, or for at least a month. So for me, I applied it on Sunday, and I'm going to apply it again in 2 weeks. And then after that, I'll switch because I don't have any Scott's Disease X on hand right now. So I'm just going to use my Bayer again. And then for the Bayer fungus one, I have it in granular, which is what I put down 2 days ago. I put down the granular, and I also have it in a hose end sprayer. So sometimes I'll switch those. So if I get where it's a nice day and it's not windy, I'll use the hose end. But the other day it was pretty windy, so I used the granular. So that is the housekeeping on that. So I'm going to turn around and kind of show you what I have going on here in the lawn. That's not my lawn. This is my lawn on this side over here. I'm just trying to change up the view here. So I'm going to turn it around and show you. This side's a lot worse because I've been seeing a lot more discoloration in it, obviously. So I'm fighting against it. I can't fight it very well. So I'm going to turn it around here and go. But I just started string trimming, and I know this is from the neighbors here. But if you leave this in your lawn, your grass is going to be dead here. And this is all just kind of dead or really dried up clay soil and potting soil. There might be rocks in here too, and I don't want to risk ruining my blade that I just sharpened or my reel mower. But I'm going to get that out of here with a rake and a blower and try to take care of it. I am noticing some of this bluegrass starting to go seed head there, but it should be fine. This is the time of year. So from now until like probably the middle of June, you're going to start to see seed head everywhere. But if you get this in your lawn, you definitely want to rake it out because it's just going to mat down your grass and you're going to have dead spots. But also if anyone like me is reel mowing, like, is this a nail? No, it's not a nail. But if you're reel mowing, you don't want that to get in your blade because it's so hard, it'll chip the edge of your reel mower blade. So just a heads up, you can kind of see where it's at here. So, all right, more than likely here too. I have a video that I shot a couple days ago when I was putting it down. So I'm going to insert that here. That shows the Bayer BioAdvanced bag, putting the settings on the fertilizer spreader. So I'm going to put that in here real quick. I do have the BioAdvanced fungus control for lawns in granular. I'm pretty sure I have this in liquid too. We're supposed to get rain here either possibly tonight or within the next 2 days. I'm just going to get this down now. The first setting app is 4.5, or you can put it on 6. And since I'm seeing a little bit more, looks like I'm seeing some maybe brown patch, maybe some dollar spot. I thought I saw a dollar spot in the backyard. And I'm definitely seeing some red thread here and there. So I'm going to apply this at 6. So I will double check what my normal schedule is, but for now I'm going to do BioAdvanced probably back to back, or I might switch it up. I might do a BioAdvanced and then a GrubX. But I will try to remember to put my fungus schedule in here. So just wanted to mention that. So again, today is Sunday, May 3rd. I'm getting down my fungus control. I really think I should probably start putting it down in April at the beginning of April or the middle of April. I would like to get it down a couple weeks earlier, especially now I know that I'm seeing it last week of April, first week of May. So I would like to get it down probably at the beginning of April from here on out, whether at this house or a future house. But if I'm in this area of Michigan, I would say my recommendation for anybody else going forward also would be try to get your first app of fungus control down at the beginning of April. I know you normally want to do about 6, like basically 1 every month, but I mean, I think there's some that you can do up to 3 apps a year. I'll double check this and I'll put that in the notes or make a follow up. All right, so I'm not seeing any kind of disclaimer about a maximum amount of uses on this product. I believe maybe DiseaseX does. But here, for instance, I'm going to show you, where does it say what for the, here you go. So Aranthracnose, or anthracnose, brown patch, dollar spot, fusarium patch, powdery mildew, red thread, rust, stripe smut, stripe smut, summer patch, and snow mold. So I believe this is either a brown patch or dollar spot, and then I also have red thread. So that's definitely covering it all. It also here in the when to apply part talks about apply at 14-day intervals. Okay, I'm leaving it in there. Anyways, curative, apply at 14-day intervals until control is achieved. Preventative is apply at 21 to 30-day intervals. So normally I would apply this once a month, and since I have something going on right now, I'm going to do this again in 2 weeks. And below it, it talks about applying once in the spring when grass begins to grow, apply at 30-day intervals beginning in the spring or May or mid-May. I think here in Michigan, you probably need it mid-April because it does say, or 1 month before this disease usually appears in your area. So since this is appearing in the area at the end of April, beginning of May, get it down the end of March, beginning of April. So that's what I'm going to do going forward. The one point that it does make is definitely not to apply this on top of snow. So you would want to get it down your last step of this before your first snow coverage. Some discoloration here. I'm definitely seeing like the red right here. I'm going to walk on the lawn just to try to get this, but here we go. Let's see. All kinds of different stuff in here. Some red, some brown, lots of yellow. I know we get a lot of animal traffic over here from squirrels and stuff, so not sure if they're doing any of this, but the color is just not there. I'd say up until about 2 weeks ago. Sorry about that, I accidentally hit a button that I didn't know could turn my camera on and off. But I'd say up until about 2 weeks ago, this looked solid green. I wasn't seeing any issues at all. So this happens pretty fast. So definitely by the end of April, I'm starting to see fungus pressure, especially with the amount of rain we got. So again, that's my reminder that if you're in my area in Michigan, if you want to do the preventative, get it out, you should get it out a month before any of this. So I would say get your fungus preventative out at the beginning of April and you should be covered. But then also you want to stick to your schedule and you want to put those apps down once a month. So that's really it here for this. I wanted to just make a short video about that. All right, so that's gonna wrap it up for this one. I wanted to make this video to hopefully help some people out here that are in my area. And I really hope that if you're seeing this and you're not having fungus pressure, that you're able to see this in time to get your first app down as a preventative and you're able to only do it a month apart now. But if you are seeing this and you are seeing fungus pressure, at least that's also helping you and you know that you can put it out and do it every 2 weeks. Again, I recommend Bayer BioAdvanced and then Scott's DiseaseX, and I recommend to rotate them. I recommend rotating them like every application or every other application. So for this one, for me, like I said, because I only have BioAdvanced right now, I'm probably going to do back-to-back apps of that. I do have granular and I do have the hose end sprayer. So I might rotate at least between those, even though I'm pretty sure the ingredients are the exact same. So whatever you use, just make sure that they're different fungicide groups. You don't want to use, say for instance, I can't remember if it's Bayer and Scott's or if it's like Bayer and Jonathan Green, but they're the same exact fungicide group. So you might think just because you're using 2 different products, say you're using Bayer and Jonathan Green, you might just assume that they're different fungicide groups, and they're not. You're actually putting down the same exact group. So I'm going to try to write a detailed description or detailed, all the detailed information on these different fungicide groups in my description. because it's going to be a lot, and it's going to be a lot easier for me to write to say, hey, this is group 1, this is group 11, this is group 4, whatever it is. And I'm going to list the ones I use, and I'll list the alternatives. I think Spectricide's another alternative, but it's the same group, I think, as Disease X or Bayer BioAdvanced. So just be aware of that. I don't know the science and all the ins and outs of the groups. I just know that you're supposed to use at least 2 different groups, if not 3 different groups, and you're supposed to rotate them. So, and if I find out any other resources that I can point your way, I will also add that in the description. So this is a video where if you see this and this is resonating with you and you're like, wow, this is helpful, but I would like more information, I promise you that in my description, I'm going to put stuff. I'm not going to put links for stuff because I don't think anybody's actually going to Amazon to buy any of these products. So I could put links to Amazon for you to go and buy some of these products. But that's not really what my goal is here. So I'm just trying to be helpful, and I know that you're going to be just like me. You're going to go to Home Depot or Lowe's or Ace or Menards, and you're going to go buy the stuff that you need. So definitely do that. Buy what is most convenient for you. I'm going to put just information if there's links to like a Google article maybe, or if I find a video that I find is helpful, something like that. But I'm going to at least list the different brands and the different fungicide groups in the description, so you can see like, hey, I need to use these 2 or these 3 or of these, like I know that I can buy these in my area and these are the ones I should buy. So it might be different for you. Like the other thing I've also noticed is that more than likely you're going to find 1 or 2 of the more odd ones at like a local nursery, and you might pay a little bit more of a premium. So like I think Bonide and Jonathan Green, like I know I can find those at Menards. You're not going to more than likely find those at a big box store. But I do think that they might be the same fungicide group as Bayer and Scott. So just be aware of all that, and because I don't want you to make the mistake of buying 2 or 3 different bags of brands and having them be all the same exact fungicide group, and then you get fungus and you're like, hey man, you gave me bad advice. So because it could appear that way. So like if you're buying 3 different brands, but they're all say group 1, and you don't know and I don't know, because I don't even know if some of the bags say what group they are on them. I think you might have to do further research and find out, and like actually put into Google and say what fungicide group is Scott's Disease X, and then it'll tell you what it is. I really don't remember if they list these on the bags or not. So and then before this ending of the video here, I'm going to add in my clips from the one I used the other day. So I hope this helps. Get on top of your fungus so the fungus doesn't get on top of you. Oh man, that's a good way to end it. See you next time.